Finding Mommy began the Blue War, created by Papa Stash. Dedicated to the warriors that helped save our blue planet. From the day Shecky was born, he always swam by his mommy's side. Now it's true that all baby sharks born alive are capable of taking care of themselves from birth. But Shecky wasn't like any other great white pup. One day, Shecky spotted something he had never seen before. He wanted to stop and watch the spinning bait ball, but Mommy warned him. "You can never stop swimming, Shecky." "Why not, Mommy?" "Because you are a great white shark and we need to swim so we can breathe." "Okay, Mommy, I understand." "I'm a great white shark and I have to swim. Can't stop and stare just simply on the whim." "Stop playing with your food, Shecky." "But I don't like fish, Mommy." While Mommy was looking at Shecky, she didn't notice the danger ahead, and she swam straight into a fisherman's net. And as usual, Shecky followed his Mommy. The big net began closing, with Shecky and Mommy tangled inside. Mommy was able to push Shecky out with her tail. The big net began rising fast. Mommy twisted and struggled to get free. Then she saw Shecky swimming up with her. "No, stop, Shecky, or you will be caught." "Mommy!" With her one free fin, she waved goodbye to her baby, and then the big net and Mommy disappeared into up there. "No, Mommy, please don't leave me." The boat started its engine and began moving away. Shecky tried to get close to the boat, but the spinning propeller scared him. Shecky followed the boat for as long as he could, but the boat had more stamina than Shecky. Soon the boat was gone. What could Shecky do? "I have to find Mommy." But how could he find his Mommy? She was in up there. Mommy warned him about up there. "It's a dangerous place, Shecky, filled with evil creatures." No matter how dangerous it was, Shecky was determined to find Mommy. But first, he needed to find someone who had been to up there before. Shecky swam around in circles, searching for anyone who had been up there. But all he saw was a baby seahorse playing with her Mommy, and a jellyfish playing with his Mommy. For the first time in Shecky's life, he was alone, and he was scared. Later that morning, Shecky spotted a sea turtle, and he remembered what Mommy once told him. Sea turtles go to up there to lay their eggs. Shecky was so excited that he swam up to the sea turtle as fast as he could. "Will you please help me find my Mommy?" "Does she swim as fast as you?" "Oh no, she swims faster. And she probably sneaks up on sea turtles just like you." Then, quick as a flash, Sea Turtle climbed up onto a clump of floating seagrass and disappeared into up there. What was Shecky going to do now? Around noon, he saw a giant lobster below him. This time, he slowly swam down, so the lobster wouldn't think that he was sneaking up on him too. "Will you help me find my Mommy?" "Does she have big jaws like you?" "No, hers are bigger." "But I'll bet yours are just as strong." Without any warning, the giant lobster jumped up and pinched Shecky's nose. "Ouch!" "That'll teach you, kid. Now get out of here and leave me alone." It was late afternoon when Shecky spotted something he had never seen before. It was a two-headed octopus. "Will you please help me find my Mommy?" "Does she have sharp teeth like yours?" "No, hers are sharper. I still have my baby teeth." "But those baby teeth of yours bite just as hard as hers, don't they?" The two-headed octopus didn't wait for Shecky to answer. Instead, it squirted black ink into Shecky's face and swooshed away. "See you later." But poor Shecky couldn't see a thing. After the water cleared, Shecky caught sight of a hermit crab. He remembered Mommy told him that hermit crabs go to up there to change their shells. "Will you please help me find my mommy?" "Do I look like a mommy finder to you? Get out of here and leave me alone." Cranky old crab crawled quickly away and hid in a pile of up there's trash. Shecky was having no luck finding someone who would help him. He was desperate and scared, and on top of that, it was starting to get dark. Just when he was about to give up, he saw an old pirate ship. He swam down hoping he could find someone, anyone who would help him. He searched the ship from the bow to the stern, but the ship was empty, except for a few pirate ghosts floating above the rotted deck. Shecky was sad. He had lost all hope and started swimming slowly away, when he heard, "Somebody please help me." "Where are you?" "I'm trapped inside the treasure chest. Please, help me." Shecky swam down to the treasure chest as fast as he could. He grabbed it with his strong jaws and tore it open with his sharp baby teeth, and a small surprise swam out. "Well, shiver me timbers, I wasn't expecting this. How can I ever thank you for saving my life? Will you help me find my mommy?" "Course I will. Pilot's the name, and leading's my game." "Well, Shecky's my name, and finding mommy's my aim." "Good. Then I'll lead you to her. But I have to warn you, sometimes I get lost." Soon it was dark. There was no moon. Up there was dark. The ocean was darker. "I'm afraid." "What are you afraid of, Shecky?" "I'm afraid of the dark." "Oh, that's okay. Everybody's a little afraid of the dark. Even me sometimes." "But I was never alone in the dark before. Mommy was always with me." "Pilot, where are you?" Early the next morning, Pilot found Shecky. "Sorry I lost you last night, Shecky." "Well, that's okay. At least you found me again. So who have you asked so far to help find Mommy?" "I asked a sea turtle that had a silver clam stuck on her back." "Are you kidding me?" "No." "Well, that's the craziest thing I ever heard. Did you ask anybody else?" "I also asked a giant lobster wearing a funny white hat." "So now it's a funny hat, right? Quit pulling my leg, Shecky." "But you don't have any leg to pull, Pilot." "Well, since we got clams on turtles and hats on giant lobsters, then why can't I have a leg to pull?" "What are you talking about?" "Never mind, Shecky. So who else did you ask?" "And I asked a two-headed octopus, believe it or not." "You asked a what?" "A two-headed octopus." "Boy, do you have an imagination." "What's imagination?" "Imagination is making things up, like clams on sea turtles, lobsters with hats, two-headed octopuses, and what Papa Stosh did when he made up this story." "Was finding you in a treasure chest imagination?" "Okay, you got me there, Shecky." And the last one I asked was a cranky hermit crab. Finally, one I can believe. Listen, Shecky, he is what he is. He can't change that, like you can't change what you are. What am I? You're a great white shark, the lord of the sea. Mommy told me that too. Did she tell you that everyone calls you the White Death? No, why would they call me that? Everyone was afraid you would eat them. Me? Eat them? Why, I wouldn't hurt a fly and fish. Talk about eating, I'm getting hungry. What in the name of Neptune are you doing, Shecky? I haven't eaten anything since yesterday morning, and I'm hungry. But you're eating grass, great white stony grass. Well, I do, and I like it. Looks like I'll be going on a diet. Hurry up and finish eating, Shecky. Flying fish found a sea turtle. Listen, Shecky, I think it might be better if I talk to her by myself. You already scared her once. Okay, I'll help him find his mommy. That's great. You didn't happen to see any fishing boats yesterday, did you? I did see one, and it almost ran over me. Next, they found a two-headed octopus painting iridescent squid. Shecky stayed far behind, in case they squirted again, and he talked with the sea turtle. Hello, Shecky. My name is Adelita, and I'm sorry about yesterday. Oh, that's okay. Pilot told me you were scared, and thank you for helping me find my mommy. Can I ask you something? Certainly. What would you like to know? Why do you have a silver clam on your back? Up there's glued it to me when they put me back in the ocean. Do you think they'll put a clam on Mommy when they put her back in the ocean? I don't know. They do lots of strange things. Are you absolutely certain he's a vegetarian? Well, technically he's a vegan, since he doesn't eat dairy products either. Well, in that case, we'll help him. It took a little while, but they finally found the giant lobster near an old rusty ship. Shecky stayed far away. He didn't want to get his nose pinched again. Hi, Shecky, we're Gemini, and we want to say we're sorry for squirting you yesterday. Oh, that's okay. I understand why you did it. Can I ask you something? Sure, what do you want to know? How come you have two heads? Well, once a huge ocean wave hit up there, and it must have upset the up theres because they sent back bad glowing water right to where our mommy laid her eggs. Glowing water, that is bad. Yeah, you can count me in. Listen, tell the kid I'm sorry about the nose thing. Will do. Yo, Titan, I got a personal question for you. What's with the white hat? Well, let's just say I was lucky. I took it from an upstairs who was ready to put me in boiling water. It took a long time to find Cranky the hermit crab, and an even longer time to convince him that Shecky wouldn't make a meal out of him. Cranky was reluctant, but he finally agreed to help. Shecky and his new friend searched all morning without any luck. I don't see anything behind us, but ahead of us, I see a sailfish, and he's swimming our way. We have to talk to that sailfish. Have you seen any fishing boats nearby? Nope, haven't seen anything all day except Blue the whale. Could you do us a favor and bring him to us? Sure, I'll be right back. Sailfish swam super fast and found Blue a few miles away. Little Shecky needs your help to find his mommy. Well, I'll be glad to help a fellow sea creature. What can I do? You can follow me. Okay, just remember not to swim too fast. In no time at all, Sailfish returned with Blue Whale. Okay, Shecky, here's what I'll do. I'll send out a call from my brother whales to be on the lookout for that boat. Well, thank you, Mr. Blue. And don't you worry, Shecky. We will find that boat. Blue dove deep and sent out his song. The sound traveled 4 times faster than it would in up there, and it could be heard hundreds of miles away. Mama Whale was passing under the fishing boat when she heard Blue's song for help, and she sang back to Blue. MDJ was close by when he heard Blue's and Mama's songs. He rounded up his pod of friends and headed for the boat. Blue's brothers heard his call and started swimming toward their brother as fast as they could. Great news, Shecky. Mama Whale sees the boat. It's not far away, but it is moving fast. We have to stop that boat, Mr. Blue. Shecky, Pilot and Sailfish swam ahead and caught up to Mama Whale. I'm sorry to hear about your mommy, but don't worry, MDJ is on his way. Who is MDJ? Mama says Junior is the son of the greatest whale that ever lived, Moby Dick. When MDJ and his pod arrived, they formed a whale wall, stopping the boat dead in the water. Hooray, Shecky, they did it! Suddenly, the boat went into reverse and began backing away. MDJ swam around to the stern and tried to stop it, but the spinning propellers scared MDJ just like they scared Shecky. Sailfish swam back to Blue and the others to tell them that MDJ and his pod could not stop the boat. What do we do now? I have an idea, but we must get to the ocean floor fast. Sailfish, go tell Shecky we're coming. The rest of you, go find as many of your friends as you can and bring them back here. And make it fast, we don't have much time. What do? I don't have any friends. Titan gathered an army of his fellow lobsters. They all agreed to help, once they found out Shecky wouldn't make a meal out of them. Jim and I had no trouble convincing their friends, because none of them were fond of fishing boats. Okay, great, everyone is here. Titan, get your friends to cut all the seagrass they can. Jim and I, get your friends to gather up the seagrass and put it into big bundles. What about me? Start cutting. Hurry, before the boat gets away. How about we take a break? How about you just keep going cutting? I got a question, How are we going to get this grass to the boat? Adelita, we have a problem. Uh-oh. It's impossible to swim to the boat carrying these. Wait here, I'll be right back. What do you think? Can you do it? Oh, that's a terrific idea, and I know we can do it, just as soon as my brothers show up. Oh, speaking of which, Adelita, I'd like you to meet my twin brothers, Pete and Repeat. Boys, say hi to Adelita. Hi. Hi, boys. Hi. Okay, boys, it's time to do some hauling. The octopuses interlaced their arms, and the whales towed them to the boat. Shecky now had thousands of new friends helping him. What do we do now, Adelita? No time to explain, Shecky. Just swim away from here as fast as you can. Go, now. Shecky swam away just before tons of seagrass floated up and choked the propellers to a stop. The grass was so thick, even the whales had a hard time swimming. What do we do now? There's not much you can do now. Cranky and I have to take it from here. What do you mean, Cranky and I? Only Adelita, Cranky, and Titan had ever been up there. But Titan's last trip there was enough for him to never go up there again. Okay, it's up to you and me now. We have to get closer to that boat. This is close enough for me. Okay, Cranky, up you go. Oh, no, I'm afraid of heights. You go. I can't climb, I have a shell. Well, take a good look, I have a shell too. But you can take your crumpled can off. How do I get talked into these things? What if an up there sees me? I'll be as good as in their belly. Why can't everyone leave me alone? I'm no hero. Cranky struggled up the rope, and when he reached the railing and looked down, he almost lost his grip. Be aware. What he saw shocked him. Beware. He will shock you too. When Cranky went down on the deck, it was worse. And up there's tried to stick a knife in him. Cranky scrambled away as fast as he could. He slid down that rope like his life depended on it. What did you see up there? A nightmare. I want out of here, and fast. Where's my can? We have bad news, Blue. Well, I have good news. MDJ found Shecky's mommy. Where is Shecky? He just left with sailfish. We have to hurry, Shecky. Am I swimming too fast for you? No, I can keep up with you. Oh, please, Shecky, don't look down. Shecky never swam faster in his life. MDJ met Shecky at the edge of the Mariana Trench, the deepest place in the ocean. Where's my mommy? Before I take you to see your mommy, I have something important to tell you. Tell me what? Your mommy said it's too dangerous for you to get close to her. Mommy! No, stop, Shecky, or you will be crushed. Why did they do this to you? To make a bowl of soup. Please, Mommy, don't leave me again. Goodbye, Shecky. Everyone felt so sad for Shecky, especially Adelita, Gemini, Titan, and even Cranky. They all felt guilty that they hadn't helped Shecky sooner. When Neptune heard about Shecky's mommy, it was the last straw. He had seen enough destruction by the up-theres, with their floating plastic trash choking his sea turtles and whales, their trash piling up and covering his ocean floors, their slaughtering millions of his sharks for their fins, their black sticky goo and their bad glowing water pouring into his seas and mutilating his octopuses. Even the ex-up-theres, who now lived in the blue waters because their ship sank or they had to walk the plank, were furious at what was happening. Something had to be done, and done fast. Neptune sent messages to all the ocean's inhabitants to prepare for the coming Blue War. We have to do something now. Shecky was so depressed, losing his mommy twice in 2 days, that he stopped swimming and laid down on the eelgrass. He simply wanted to be with his mommy again. Come on, Shecky, you can't give up. Your mommy wouldn't want you to stop swimming. You have so many things yet to do with your life. Shecky, Neptune wants to see you and all your friends right away. It's important. Neptune? You mean like the god of the seas, Neptune? Oh, wow. Come on, Shecky. This must really be important. Sorry, Shecky, I don't want to pinch you again, but I have to. It's for your own good. Ouch! I was sorry to hear what the up-theres did to your mommy, Shecky, but with your help, we'll stop it from ever happening again. Mommy would be proud of what you did, because you did something that no one else has ever done before. You were able to bring thousands of sea creatures together to help you. Now I want you to do it again. Will you help me stop the up-theres from destroying our blue world? Yes! Shecky was transformed into a warrior, ready to do battle in the Blue War. Shecky's first battle was against the up-theres who caught his mommy and cut off her fins, and then threw her back into the ocean to die a horrible death by suffocation, just to make a soup. Next, he went after the other boats that had been catching hundreds of millions of other sharks, slaughtering them the same way for the same reason. Shecky's warriors cut the fishing nets, then they boarded the boats and ordered the terrified crews to return to their ports. The crews were warned not to come back, or else they would be thrown overboard and eaten by the fish they had come to catch. Shecky had Gemini and all their friends paint X's on the boat bottoms that had been warned, so that if they ever came back, they wouldn't be given a second chance to return. Shecky also had the dolphins gather the cut fishing nets and take them to Titan. Titan had his army of lobsters clamp their claws on the fishing nets, sort of sewing them together to form huge nets. Shecky's next battle was to clean up up-there's trash. Pilot guided the flying fish with nets to scoop up the floating plastics. Shecky led the dolphins cleaning up Cranky's trash pile. Blue and his brother whales towed the big nets filled with up there's trash back to the up there shoreline. Thousands of whales' tails slapped the water, causing big waves to push the up there's trash to where it belonged. Next, Shecky went to stop the up there's from dumping their garbage into the ocean. Again his army of ex-up there pirate skeletons boarded the tugboats that were pushing barges filled with trash. They scared the crews and warned them to return to their ports and to never come back out again, or else it would be their last voyage. The tugboat crews heeded their warnings and returned to their ports. Several ex-up there pirates stayed on board the tugs, just in case any up there thought about coming aboard to take out the trash. Shecky's next battle was with the Black Goo Makers. He led Neptune's ex-up there Centurion guards. They attacked the up there oil rigs. The up theres were petrified of the Centurion swords and their rattling bones. They deserted their rigs, and they never returned again to spill their black goo into Shecky's blue waters. Shecky's next battle was fought for Gemini. He stopped the up theres from sending glowing water back into the ocean by using their trash to clog the pipes that took in the ocean's water. The Blue War had begun. Shecky's ingenuity and determination was an inspiration to the entire Blue Planet population. Millions of sea inhabitants followed his example and waged a Blue War that lasted a long time. But finally, their home was free of up there plastics, trash, black goo, and senseless slaughter. Adelita had her silver clam removed by a single swift stroke of a Centurion sharp sword. Gemini continued happily painting iridescent squid. Titan returned to his rusty old ship, and he lived a long, long time. Cranky's not cranky any longer, now that he has a new home. The Blue Brothers continue to sing their song, and MGJ continues to listen for them. Pilot's happy that he has meat on his diet, and not only seagrass. So what happened to Shecky? Shecky wasn't alone anymore, at least most of the time, when Pilot didn't get lost. He also discovered an up there ship that he followed for weeks. He was curious to see what it was doing in his waters. It never harmed a single sea creature. In fact, it helped them if they were in trouble. He watched the up theres, who looked like split-tailed seals, saving sea turtles tangled in old drifting nets. The up theres liked swimming with Shecky, and he enjoyed swimming with them. And one last thing, Shecky was no longer a vegan. Once the up theres offered him a chicken, that was it. Pilot finally could enjoy a good meal while cleaning Shecky's teeth. Adelita was the first ocean creature to be tagged with a satellite tag and tracked for a year during her migration from Mexico to Japan. Titan was to be served as a midnight snack to first-class passengers of the Titanic, but he returned to the ocean at 2:20 a.m. on April 15, 1912. The tsunami of July 2013 caused a Japanese power plant to leak radioactive water into the Pacific Ocean. Today, it leaks 300 tons daily. Cranky, the hermit crab, had every right to be cranky, because up there trash on the ocean floor was all that he could find to use for his home. Blue whales are one of the most well-known species. Once they were abundant, but today there are only 1,500 to 2,500 left. Moby Dick Jr., MDJ, like his daddy, is a rare white sperm whale. They are the deepest diving whale and on the endangered species list. The relationship between the shark and the pilotfish is one of the ocean's most steadfast and will continue for the next million years. And what about the sharks? It is estimated that 100 to 200 million sharks are killed annually for their fins alone. Sharks that are caught are not always dead when their bodies are thrown back into the sea. How awful it must be for these animals to think that when their body hits the water again they will be safe. only to realize that they can no longer swim and end up dying on the ocean floor. Such a horrible death for such a magnificent creature. Thank you for taking time to hear my tale. I hope that you enjoyed Shecky's story, and please share it with your family and friends. Please do something to help save our blue planet. Remember, it's the only place we have to live. If you need any information on how to become a Blue Planet warrior, contact me at papastache@yahoo.com.